Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game club. Um, can you guys hear me out there? Hold on. Yeah, I think you should be able to. Man, I'm still getting used to Streamlabs. We're still frame rate's still kind of low. We're working on things. Maybe this was all a mistake, and I should just go get something else. I don't know. We'll see. Matt is trying to
No, it's
connect.
coming in through. It's coming through good.
Matt is trying to connect to the internet, and he's having lots of problems with that as well. But hopefully, we'll see him soon, and he'll get all those problems worked out. Like I said,
Okay.
this is the tabletop role playing game club, and we here at the Dead Unicorn want to thank you for participating in this tradition, this grand idea of actual plays. We know the feeling of watching these things live is special. You come here and you sit down with a big butter bowl of corn hooves and a frothy pickle juice, and you just enjoy the experience. And it's because of you.
Because of you.
Because of you.
Because of you.
That we're able to do these kinds of things. So, enjoy your pickle juice, get a big handful of your corn hooves, and let's begin.
Yeah, froth up that pickle juice.
My name is Corey. I'm the Game Master. We're joined by James playing Ide Youngso, Tarek playing Shisuro Kuronagi, Crystal playing Moshi Sora, Sasha playing Narin, and maybe Matt playing Doji Daisuke if he can get there. Where is my map? Why is my map not here? Huh, that's interesting. I'm not getting the map on... Whoa, hey. That's not right. There we go. Transition. Nope. My map and... Oh, we got one. We got the chat box. I'm doing it. I'm doing it slowly but surely. It's happening, guys.
I'm lost. Probably because there's no map.
Done. And transition. Okay, there we are. Everything's there now. Wonderful. Okay. You guys are in Shinneman Swamp. It is covered in blood. There are cages with Shadowlands creatures in the cages. There are also big stakes with the Shadowlands creatures, like kind of tied to them. They're bleeding out into the swamp, making the swamp a red, bloody mess. You are traveling towards the Tower of Shinmen.
Yup.
Mostly because Moshisora needs a heart.
If I only had a heart.
The first thing I need everybody to do, because you've been traveling for a little bit, is to make Earth meditation checks at TN 1. If you fail this, you will become afflicted.
Bleh.
And that's
Unless
not
we
you
have
want.
Jade.
Unless you have Jade. If you fail and you have Jade, then your Jade becomes damaged.
Meditation void, you said?
Meditation
Earth.
Earth.
Earth TN1.
It's an easy roll. It's your first day here. I mean, technically you can fail this, but I think everybody has Jade, so...
Does Opportunity do anything
No.
special on this one?
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, what can you do with Earth Opportunity?
I figured this counted as general use or downtime.
Yeah, general use, downtime, sure. Remove a strife. You can, yeah, you can remove strife from the same role. That'll work. I'll allow you to reassure another character in the scene, removing 2 strife from them. That sounds like a good way to...
Downside of that is all the dice I rolled all have strife, so
Can
I'll just
anybody
go
hear
with
me?
this.
I can hear you.
Okay. Could you hear anything I said before? I think maybe
No, this is
No.
the first I heard.
Sad face. Okay.
Holy cow on this continuing explosion.
I have no idea how strifey any of my compatriots are right now.
Darren is strifey. I could use a hug.
Then I will give you a... I'm sure you don't want an actual hug, but, you know,
Probably not.
a
We're
metaphorical
probably all kind
hug.
of stinky and
So
gross.
I'll reassure Naurin and let her know we're gonna be okay. We'll get through this.
The poop monster can't hurt you anymore.
The poop monster is dead.
Thank you. Oh my god, I got an
He's all pooped
opportunity-
out.
What
I
can
was
do?
trying to come up with a good fecal pun.
No, we're done. We've left those behind us.
Corey, that joke was shitty.
We flushed it away, guys.
Leaving it behind you was good enough and more so.
I mean, I felt like I was reaching if I was gonna say he kicked the bucket.
Okay.
does
Y'all
anyone
have
else
moved
need to
on
try
from that, so we're just gonna do a slow wipe to the next scene.
Oh god.
One up, one down, one to polish.
Is anyone
what
else
was that?
strifey? Could anyone else use some words of reassurance?
I'm
Probably
at half
everyone.
on mine right now, so
I'm at half.
Yeah, I'm at half.
I'll do it for-
6 at
I'll
12.
do it for Sora since she did it for me. Give you some words
mutual
of reassurance.
reassurance.
Patting each other's backs.
Well, thank
With
you,
words.
dear.
Oh, Sherman. Ultra.
Okay. I'm gonna contact Matt, maybe.
While you do that, I want
There
to
he
just
is,
shout
coming
out how
back in
awesome
now.
Sasha's haircut is.
Oh, he's restarting his computer. Maybe that'll work.
I noticed it was different.
Oh.
It looks good.
Okay. You guys travel for most of the day until the sun begins to set. 1600 hours. That sounds like a good time. And we are going to show you show to players, and click on the last one, number 7, Tower of Blood.
Yep.
That's a massive
It
tree.
looks beautiful.
I told you there was a massive tree. I told you there's a castle. So what you see is a castle beneath a massive, massive tree.
That's red. And a
Well,
And-
it could be a
ribbon.
Japanese maple grown gargantuan, so
Here is the Lake of Blood from Dragon Ball Z's Hell.
No, it's just a river of highlighter fluid. Come on.
Highlighter fluid.
It's sangria.
Oh, that sounds
It's
delicious. I want to take a dip in Sangria Lake.
It's a river of Bloody Mary.
Ew, no thank you.
Those aren't reeds. Those are celery sticks.
and those areas with the fizz, that's areas with what's called a red eye.
Who has a vigilance of, I'm going to say 3 or more. I think everybody has a 3, right?
Vigilance. I have 3.
I have a 4.
Yeah? Okay, as you're
Okay.
looking around, and you can peer up into the branches of the tree, and entwined in the tree is a enormous oni. It is about the size of the tower itself. It is partially like in the tree, but also like chained to it.
Partially of the tree.
Yeah, and there are giant kind of chains that are hanging down just slightly in the
What
in
kind
the
of oni
branches.
is it? Can we tell?
That's an interesting question. You need to make a TN. I'm going to say a TN2 Earth culture or Earth theology.
I was gonna say theology.
TN2. Hold on, let me increase the TNs here. Okay.
TN2 Earth theology. Oh, Corey, you didn't say who won the poll.
Oh, I didn't, did I? It's interesting because Matt won the poll, I believe. No, he didn't. No, Moshi Sora. Moshi Sora won the poll.
Moshi Sora won the poll. Well, I don't think this is an important enough role to say it's my auto success, so I'm just gonna keep a bunch of opportunity.
Moshi Sora won the poll, which
This was
means she
a-
gets an auto success, a victory on any one roll, no extra
Is-
successes.
Is anyone hurt that needs healing
I am.
before we get anyone else? Before we get into anything complex?
I mean, if you're just generally healing fatigue, I'm at almost half.
Okay, I'll do a path inner piece on Naurin, and then I'll do a path inner piece on you.
Oh, nice.
Let me know if there's any trouble with casting here, by the way. Are
And
you down any strife?
I have
Naurin?
strife too, yeah.
You're not injured though, right?
No, I just have a decent amount of fatigue and strife. And I have to sneeze.
with
My only thing
my
is strife, so not a big deal right now.
You
with
can
my
get,
large amount of
uh,
opportunity,
3 fatigue and strife.
That makes me a lot better. I'm still a little of both, but not as
Um,
bad.
For Sora, do you have strife too? For
yes,
injuries?
not a whole lot, but about a third of my max. So I'm using my opportunities to reassure Kuranagi this time. So remove 2 strife.
That's very nice, and I will reduce the strife that I get from this.
Oh, one other thing. All your horses need to make Earth
Oh, do they also
checks
need to make earth checks? Okay, that
Yes.
makes sense.
at
Get
TN1.
3 fatigue and 3 strife back to Sora.
3 fatigue and 3 strife. Very nice, thank you.
Your horses need to make checks at TN1. Earth martial checks.
Earth marshal checks.
That's right.
I think it's really funny still how my horse's demeanor is calm, but it has the disadvantage skittish still, because we never changed that.
Oh,
Because I brought it up a few times, but we never actually did anything about it. So
No.
my horse is an oxymoron.
Shin's going to use the one opportunity he got to get rid of the strife he got on that one. So, Shin passed. No problem.
Yep. Natsu is fine as well.
why can't I change it? Why can't I change?
Don't know.
I cannot change anything about your horse for some reason.
We can figure it out later. I doubt it will come up right now. I hope it won't come up right now.
Ooh.
If I unlock it, can you change it? Were you not able to unlock it? I unlocked it.
Oh, is that
Let's
the
see.
reason? Yeah, that's the reason.
Perhaps.
It was locked. Okay. All right, all good. It's gone.
I like how you can check off the different kinds of techniques your horse can learn. I'm like, oh no, my horse can learn Maho. He's been afflicted.
The horse
Well,
is the
we've already
bloodsucker.
established that all of them, because they're from the unicorns, can learn ninjutsu.
Yes, of course.
Naturally.
If they were crabs, it'd probably be katas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who made the theology or culture check?
I did.
No, you
I
didn't. You
passed.
failed. Theology TN2. You
Both
have
me and
three opportunity.
Kuranagi succeeded on it.
I passed 2.
Yeah,
did.
Narin passed. Youngso passed. Kuranagi passed. But Crystal, you.
Oh no, I didn't.
You didn't. You
I
took-
didn't.
Yeah.
I got.
3
I only
opportunity.
had one success on my roll, so I just kept opportunities.
Okay, so this is Akuma no Oni. He is one of the most fiercest and destructive Oni in all of Rokugan. Yeah, last time he was around, he just like can destroy cities and stuff. He is
Now he's just chilling as part of a tree.
he's just chilling as part of a tree now.
Weird how things change.
Yeah, one day you're on top.
And then you're
The next
And your
Being
fertilizer.
Oh, we took that different ways.
Yeah, Akuma no Oni. Do I get a picture?
Akuma?
Yeah, Akuma no Oni. That's what I said.
Oh god.
Akuma.
You're like the only one who knows the. how
Akuma no
intense
Oni
this
is terrifying.
Yeah, he's super terrifying. He's
Just the little bit of Japanese I know on the part my brain is going, I know roughly what that means thanks to Samurai Jack. Oh,
He's-
fuck.
he's
I can put you.
his
I can
name
put a-
means Devil the Oni.
I can put the
Devil
image
Devil
in
Demon.
Devil the
the
Demon.
Five Rings chat in the server if you want to take a look.
He's
That's
Devil the
Akuma no
Demon.
Oni.
Did this one show up in that, like, our other previous longish
Shadowlands
adventure?
adventure?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't show up in that. But he's on the same level of some of the more powerful things that were in that adventure.
I think maybe he got mentioned during Wheel of Judgment as something far off that we saw and decided to avoid.
So, good thing he's all chained up and he can't move, and he's bleeding profusely down the tree, and yeah.
Strange
There's a
place
castle
to
before
stumble
you.
upon, man.
There sure is. It's a castle that looks like it's made of blood, right?
That might have been made out of this guy's blood. Holy Christ. Kuranagi looks really freaked out and is just like looking at everybody like, are y'all seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I see it. I recognize it.
The huge
That's-
Oni?
That's a Akuma no Oni. How did it even
Yeah.
get here?
And yet how is he in that tree?
I don't know, but if somebody summoned him here and then bound him to a tree, that
That does not bode well for us.
Yeah.
And who we're going to encounter here.
this is pretty horrifying. We should. I don't even know what we can do here.
Well, I think the first thing we ought to agree on is we're not messing with that tree.
No. But maybe we can take out the sage?
Do we actually believe that that is within our capabilities? Naren says, like, looking up at the tree. A bit ambitious, perhaps. We might want to take an army here.
I really couldn't say for certain. I doubt any one human, even a Mahotsukai, is strong enough to overpower that on their own.
Yeah, I agree.
But we are likely walking into a castle full of them. And if they are strong enough to do this,
with her Giri a little easier.
Oh,
Spoiled
yes.
for choice.
I don't have to have any particular heart.
it is unfortunate we could not track that cowardly one that fled. Perhaps we could have brought his heart back for your lord.
I thought he might have transformed and that we defeated him.
Naren shrugs. She doesn't know how this weird blood magic works.
Neither does Youngso, which is why he's just like, I thought maybe that was.
You guys are assuming that the guide we had earlier, who disappeared before the poop monster appeared,
before the poop monster showed up as a
Mahotsukai.
Pretty much.
He walked behind the rock, and the shit demon came from behind the rock.
And then,
Yeah, he was kind of a crappy guide.
Yeah.
That was weak, Crystal. You can do better. I expect more from you.
Yeah, and his courtesy stank.
What can I say? I must have had a brain fart.
It happens.
How exactly do we intend to handle this? Naren says, looking at the castle. What we should have a cohesive plan. And then she pans over to Doji Daisuke, who isn't here, and is like, so perhaps we don't tell the blood speakers exactly what we're doing here before we need to.
Sounds like a wise decision.
Are we planning on trying to just walk in? Are we planning on infiltrating the castle and taking out the first blood speaker we see? We should have some sort of semblance of a plan before we walk in here. At least some way to advance that we're all aware of.
I think that would be ideal.
I look over at Kitsu Satoru and say to him, I know you aren't stupid, so keep your mouth shut.
I doubt he wishes to be left here in the hands of the blood speakers.
Made into food for Oni? No, I doubt it.
I'm sure he would much rather travel with us than face that.
Let's see.
I guess this might mean nothing. Are there signs of... So, Celia, I don't know a lot about Shadowlands Taint. I don't know if I should know more Icily, but are there physical signs if someone is being tainted by the Shadowlands or whatever? Or
yeah, usually just being ugly. The uglier, unnaturally ugly you are, the more Shadowlands tainted you can become.
And what happens when you become tainted by the Shadowlands? I know we're trying to avoid it, but what actually happens to you?
Okay, you know how in American cinema, if you make a deal with the devil, you get a cool devil power? Kind of like that. You get deformed, but it also helps you in certain ways. So you may get hunched over, or you may get cracked skin, but that may give you armor. Or
maybe you get scales, and those scales are hard enough to be like obsidian, and
so
you may get a big bulgy eye, but you can now look through walls, stuff like that.
Or you might become naturally beautiful, but everybody you touch gets tainted.
So nobody has given Kitsu Satoru anything with jade on it. So should we be checking him regularly to make sure that he's not getting tainted?
Yeah.
Like, I assume that might cause a problem for us if that happens.
Yeah, it might.
It might.
I mean, if he sprouts wings and flies away, that would be bad for y'all.
That
would
would
be bad,
be
wouldn't
a
it?
pretty big inconvenience.
He gets an eyeball laser and melts his chains off and then starts to
Yeah.
throttle us to death in our sleep. So, like, is there some sort of check that could be done to try to, like, just keep an eye on him? Like, I don't know, medicine or theology
Medicine or yeah, theology, meditation. Probably not meditation.
something.
It's really hard to check at early stages. You'd need something called jade petal tea. Or
Yeah, that's one of the things that I randomly checked when I was looking through the list of equipment, and it's ridiculously rare.
oh, you could fire off a jade spell at him, and if the jade spell
Oh yeah, if
works,
somebody's got a jade spell, it's
If-
Earth. I can't do that.
Yeah, I don't have any jade spells right now. I was
Okay.
considering getting them, but I don't have any XP for it.
the touch of jade is supposed to like burn or something, so if
Yeah,
that
we do
might
have
work.
So we
jade,
could
you
touch him with some jade and see if
That
he's
might work, yeah.
see if he acts like it's holy water on his skin.
Okay, so repeated checks by poking him with a finger of jade, I suppose, would work.
All right, while we're stopped here, I don't know how much each of you knows about blood speakers, but the thing is they remove their hearts from their bodies, so just killing one is not going to be a way to procure a heart. We'll have to locate where one of them is keeping their heart outside of their body. Which means we don't necessarily have to fight any of them in order to accomplish the task.
So perhaps
We
we
just
could
have to figure
infiltrate the
out where
castle
they
and
are.
try to find a blood speaker's heart.
And
I
yet,
presume they would want it well fortified and protected.
think
and
it
not
would
just
be-
bury it in the woods somewhere.
I think it would be more difficult to locate the hiding place of a heart than to just cut one out of a body.
Unless
But
they
Crystal
put it
just
into
said-
a different
But
body.
you just said that they don't keep them in their bodies, right? Am I going nuts?
Exactly.
Well,
So it's a harder task.
the high so the I want to clarify things just a little bit.
I just
most-
said what you told me,
Yes,
so
yes.
that's what I have in my text.
That's true. It's true enough. So most blood speakers, they follow the teachings of Ichiban, who learned how to take the heart from his chest and live forever. And his most trusted advisors, he taught this to as well. But most of his followers, they are trying to gain the power of Ichiban. Most blood speakers are trying to learn how to remove their heart. So I guess they're still like Maho Tsukai that follow the blood speaker way. But if you are able to get understand the knowledge, the hidden knowledge of the blood speakers, you will be able to remove your heart and basically live forever. And only the most powerful blood speakers can do this. And it is reasonable to think that someone called the Sage of Blood might have access to this power.
I'd have
That's
learned
what I
it.
was just about to say. But if we're gonna go after the sage, then we're probably gonna have to find their heart elsewhere. If we're just going after one of their followers or something, then maybe not. Naren's gonna make a suggestion, and she's going to say, "This may be a strange idea, considering we have slightly moved off of course, but that man, that thing, his job was to poke the prisoners, the creatures up in."
To ensure that they continue bleeding.
Yes.
Correct. If he is dead, or whether he is dead or whether he is not dead, perhaps he will return, or someone else will return to fill his spot, fill his role. If we don't wish to take on a castle full of blood speakers, potentially, we should return to that spot and camp out in making trips to get fresh water and try to see if over the course of a night or two another shows up to take their place. This plan is not foolproof. As did anyone hear him mention how frequently he had to poke the beasts and the Shadowlands creatures?
No, I don't recall him mentioning how often he came by.
If they only do it once a week, then this plan won't work. But it's something to consider.
There's definitely potential.
If we don't wish to return to that spot, perhaps we could try to catch one outside of the castle otherwise.
Do you think we have time to wait around to see if he comes back?
I'm not sure. I doubt we have enough fresh water and food for more than a few days. I don't know how much of a detour we can afford to take.
Not to mention being in this tainted area for so long.
Probably would be very dangerous.
Guys, if I may make a
Really?
suggestion from the game master from above,
Divine intervention.
James, what are you? What is your character?
The shinobi courtesan.
Right. And
You're a courtesan?
That's what I thought you said.
Courtier,
I was like,
I mean.
courtesan?
I mean, when I make a description, a very brief description of your character, what do I say you are?
The tiny spy.
Short
Why don't
stack
you go?
musician.
The tiny
Thank you,
spy.
thank you, Sasha. Thank you.
Trying to be helpful.
You've nailed it. You've nailed it. I also believe Shisuro Kuranagi has some skills in that arena as well.
How dare you say that and impinge my honor?
Uh-huh.
I said
would
might.
not be
Anyways,
surprised
my
if
backpack
there
full
are a
of
lot of
poisons and
shadows
weapons.
inside the castle.
I mean, it
The only
might.
thing is,
Yeah, I could easily infiltrate the place.
the problem is that if you get caught out, you'll be alone in a very, very dangerous place. So you better not get caught. And we won't be able to, find you likely in time or come and help you in time. So it's a very dangerous operation. But if the two of you feel confident that you can infiltrate the castle, whether to get information or to find a heart and retrieve it, then that is perhaps the move. I would strongly suggest not engaging in any sort of combat. If it looks like we will have to rip one out of the chest of a blood speaker, you should come and get us, and we should all go together.
And just so everyone is aware, I have recently learned a spell that will allow me to... how shall I say? Okay, I'm gonna read out my new spell.
I was hoping you were gonna say drink their milkshake.
This spell will harm any tainted beings within a certain area and heal any non-tainted beings within that area as well. However, it is definitively more difficult than other things I have available to me. So if it works, it will be very helpful, but I can't guarantee I can pull it off.
Well, it's good to know that we have something on the back burner, just in case.
Okay. So are we?
Ophelia, do we want to split the party?
Sneaking forward. I mean, that's
Or do we want to go in together and then have people split off from the group inside the castle?
But
Granted that from what we have been able to tell so far, the only people we've talked to in this place seem to have immediate hostility toward us, regardless of our intention. So likely,
Not immediate hostility, just they immediately mark us as their enemies and eventually attack.
well, yes, yeah, fair enough.
Which
That's
really,
a
if
fair-
you think from their perspective, it's fully understandable why they do that.
Yes.
Think about it this
We already
way.
know enough that the crab would be chomping at the bits to send armies here.
Think
Oh,
about it this way,
yes.
Kuranagi. If we're splitting the group in order to keep those of us who aren't as good at subterfuge as you two are away from a place where they can be discovered, why would we go into the castle at all? That seems like a great way to not only be split, but to have one group of us be caught while separated. If we're going to split the group, those who are staying behind should stay at a safe distance, not try to also be within the castle. If you find a way to infiltrate the castle, tell me. If you find a spot where you think we could hide out safely, and perhaps we can try to make our way to you to be closer. But it seems like a poor idea to split the group and have each of us walk in blind.
I was thinking along the same lines.
As much as I would like to be able to go in and do this myself, I think I would only be a burden to the party. At least when it comes to scouting.
I have also let some more of my clandestine abilities fall behind in my training.
Well, of course, who trains for clandestine events?
Frowns. I wouldn't know, she says flatly.
Precisely. Only someone with dastardly intent would try to do something like that.
Surely.
Of course.
She says, side-eyeing Youngso.
Youngso says, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't trained for clandestine. I was trained for information gathering.
Yeah, I'm just a simple scout.
I'm sure you're just delivering mail to the Bloodspeaker Castle. That's all.
Youngso is
I
an
have been
excellent
tasked with
writer.
sending messages before.
Besides, I think that if we try to infiltrate the castle, we will have to split off regardless. She, pats the horse that Kitsu Satoru's sitting on. Wouldn't want him kicking up a fuss and screaming while we're trying to sneak through the castle. And it's not like we can simply leave him alone out here.
I do have a feeling this is a place in which he does not wish to be stuck just as much as we don't.
I look over at Kitsu Satoru. How is he reacting to all of this?
He is doing his best to be a samurai.
Blank
Trying to be
face.
stoic
Yeah.
as best he can?
Inside, he's like, oh my god, they're idiots. I'm gonna die.
He's like, run, you morons!
He's like, maybe this will be better than torture. No, probably not.
No, this is
probably not.
exactly-
This
better
is
than
going
torture.
to be torture.
You could ask him and not assume to know the answer, because every time you
But it's
asked him a
funnier.
question, you've done it. You immediately answered it for him and went on with your lives. So I'm just like, he'll chill. He's fine.
Excuse me, I used to try to have conversations with him, but he couldn't get the stick out of his butt long enough to actually converse. So, I've given up on him.
Some people have.
I'm
sticks.
assuming that he is currently not gagged and blindfolded.
I didn't put those back.
Okay.
Naren will nudge, kick him with her foot a little bit, not hard, but nudge him, get his attention,
Would you-
and say, "Speak, Satoru."
I don't
I'm sure you
understand
have
why
many
you wish to
things-
go into this castle. Just move on. There's no reason to stay here.
Well, we aren't leaving without the heart of a blood speaker. So if you have a suggestion to get one into our hands faster, perhaps now would be the time to share it.
From what I understand, blood speakers like to keep their hearts in crypts or underground. Perhaps there's one beneath the castle.
Perhaps.
But this is a castle. It's probably filled with all sorts of blood speakers and undead and who knows what else. There might be more demons within.
It could be.
I don't understand why you need this heart. It doesn't seem worth it at this point.
Naren looks at Sora.
This particular group of blood speakers has become especially dangerous to my people of late. And they wish to have a means of controlling them.
Well then, you can either walk up to the place like Samurai and challenge them, or you can walk up to the place and deceive them. Tell them you wish to join. Apparently, there are blood speakers flocking to this place from all over. I heard rumors that the Dragon Clan had a blood speaker within their prison system in Rich Frog City.
In Rich Frog. Hiritoshi. I heard such a thing as well.
Perhaps that person was trying to make their way here. I wouldn't be surprised.
If we can find an underground entrance to a crypt or something similar, then perhaps we can skip the pleasantries with the witches and simply do what needs to be done.
I wouldn't think that there would be an entrance to this place that was
Unguarded.
or accessible just to anybody.
I'm not assuming that it would be accessible to a bunch of new recruits dressed in samurai garb, either.
And if it is, there is a legend of the tomb of Ichiban. A tomb filled with incredible traps. Anybody who tries to enter it to gain their power is basically doomed from the start. Perhaps there is such a thing here as well.
Can I make a check on the Tomb of Ichiban, considering my family were Kuroiban members?
What do you want to know?
Just to know if, like, any of the history of the Tomb of Ichiban, and I know that there's, like, rumors abound about where the actual location is, so I'm assuming nobody really knows.
Nobody knows where it is. Everything is legend and conjecture. The people who built it are changed from person to person unless you have like actual firsthand or you have the actual scrolls and stuff like that. Yeah, I know out of character. Like one of the people that built the tomb was a Shosuro or whatever. Maybe it was Bayushi. I forget. I don't know. Out of character.
Yoga, I believe.
It doesn't matter.
Young So says, what I do know about castles is they all have to have drainage,
Yes.
or else
The
filth
strange
builds
things I
up
know about
inside.
castles.
And drainages can't be guarded well.
So
I wouldn't assume that.
you're looking for the poop chute.
That is one option. But with all the flowing water or blood around here, there may be a place where it flows into the castle and a place where it flows out.
It may be worth scouting before we decide to enter the castle. At the very least, once we go in, there will be no going out. Not until we have what we need.
Maybe
Yes.
that guy knows where it is, considering he seems to have an expertise in.
What guy?
The one who summoned the
Exactly.
monster and then fled?
Except he disappeared.
Like, yeah, but maybe we could find him. I mean, if he's still alive, he has to be around here somewhere, right?
Maybe.
If he is still alive, won't that be a damper on our plans if we decide to walk in and introduce ourselves as prospective Maotsukai?
Yes, it is the tougher.
I don't like either of the options that we have on the table.
I
It seems like no matter what we do, these plans are going to get us all killed.
don't
And
mind
then we
trying.
can't protect the Empire.
I don't mind trying to infiltrate and help out Sora.
I feel that just taking a look around the exterior is probably a pretty low risk.
I agree that we should get more information before we make any sort of final decision.
Yes. We may be able to try to talk to the spirits, but this castle is so large that I'm not sure we'd be able to get good information for the entire area. Especially with this tainted land.
Probably going to be a challenge. But what other options do we really have?
Tainted land. Whoa. All I want to do is get away.
It's Matt. Can't see him yet.
I need a bio break.
As I said, I don't mind trying to infiltrate my way in and see what I can find. I don't guarantee that it would be for me.
Are we going yet? Are we there to the sneaking around part? I mean, as soon as James leaves,
As soon as
we're finally ready.
leaves.
So, hopefully we can fill in Matt real quick and what's going on.
We've gotten to the giant blood castle. There's a huge tree.
I don't know if he can.
Oh
He's
no,
frozen
he's
again.
frozen.
Yeah. His ping is 5,200.
I see thumbs.
Can you hear us?
And he's frozen again.
Yep. His ping is over 5,000.
Shit. I have no idea what that means.
All right.
We've got thumbs.
He's waggling his thumbs. Hopefully he'll
We're
figure
stuck
things out as we
again.
go. It's so terrible. Okay. James and Tarek, your characters move on out to check out the surrounding areas. So you get far closer to the castle. Keep into the shadows, keep into the swampy bogs. You notice that there are fields with both deformed servants and undead working out there. There are some defenses, some walls, stuff being built. There is one entrance. The place is lit by lanterns. There are windows only on the upper levels. There's a big stone base, so you have to go up stairs to get to the main the main doors. And that's about it. That is what you see. Unless you are asking for any specifics, I can give you.
I'd like to try to do a scouting thing to see if there is any more specific information that we can find on the
I've given you everything. I'm not no roll.
everything
I don't
we can
care.
get. Okay.
So no drainage areas or places for stuff to flow in. It's all got to go uphill to get into the castle.
I have one kind of idea that we might be able to use, which is I could disguise myself as the guy that we saw on the road. I don't know how super effective that's going to be, but it's an option that I have.
As in, at least he would be recognizable as someone who belongs.
Yeah, exactly. On the inside, I don't know what I could do about James though.
James is your
Realistically.
prisoner.
He's a
Maybe.
random goblin.
Yeah, but I can't use the spell to make him look like something.
I
he's
could
not.
try and do a skullduggery to try and look kind of like a goblin. After all, I do have the hat thing that, like that one was wearing. I have my own one.
I'm not sure I'd want to look like a goblin around here.
True.
They do immediately poke those with sticks from what I
Yeah,
gather.
you might just get
Yeah,
stabbed.
Or I could try and look like one of the deformed servants we saw in the field
That might be the go.
and still use the hat to hide my face and such.
Oh, there is one thing you notice. On the road coming up to this place, a good distance from it, but not like, there is a scroll that is placed on a stone lantern.
Oh, well,
Can we
that
get
seems
close
like
enough
worth
to
a
read it
look.
without being seen?
Probably.
I'd like to try.
Okay.
Yeah, I
make
would
us-
too.
Make a what's it called? Skullduggery. Air. TN2. All right, looks good. You guys come on up. You
Bonus
snatch it.
tests are going to help me here. So
You guys come on up. You snatch it, and you head back into a place where you can read it without being overlooked. And you open it up, and it is an invitation to come to the castle for Moshi Sora.
Well, that's weird.
It ensures the invitation claims to ensure all hospitality will be met for Moshi Sora and guests. She can bring a plus.
Definitely a trap.
I wish
Plus one
Sora
or
was
two
here
or
right
three.
now.
We
I
can
will
bring this
come
back. It's a scroll.
Yeah, we need to bring this back and let them see it so that we have an understanding of what exactly to do about this. Let's head back to the group, and this is a major development that is probably a trap. Like 100%, it's a trap. But let's go and
Discuss with the rest.
give our results.
Okay, y'all return with this invitation. You have an invitation for addressed to Moshi Sora.
The castle's tighter than a razor clam shell.
To come to the Tower of Blood. You have an invitation. All hospitality will be met for you and your guests.
Oh,
not sure
this
that-
doesn't
yeah, I
seem
believe that.
suspicious at all.
And the signature is from the Sage of Blood.
Well, this doesn't bode well at all, does it?
No. Though I think this leads credence to the idea that that boy in white made it back here.
I suppose it was foolish to assume
Unless
that they didn't
they
already
already know
us.
about Moshisora, she said that her village, her people know about this place and them, and that they cause them problems all the time. So what's to say that they don't know about it as well?
Apparently, it was them who sent the altered giant centipede who recently killed one of my clanmates.
Ah. Well, then we definitely need to get justice for your people.
I suppose it is about justice, but it's also about preventing similar things from happening in the future.
Of course.
A matter of
Protection.
taking precautions. The thing is, with them inviting me in particular, they clearly already know what's happening.
They clearly are already going to be on the lookout for something.
Yes.
It also implies that there is a traitor in your village.
I assume there are many magics they could use to simply spy and get this information without there being a traitor. That statement is a bit presumptuous.
Yes.
That's why I said implied and not confirmed.
And since we did introduce ourselves to our guide, if he did indeed make it back to the castle, simply hearing my family name
May have been enough.
may have been enough.
You notice, you do remember now, he grilled you more. He was talking to Moshisora more than anybody else.
To the point that I didn't even get to introduce myself other than as Youngzo.
That's right. Also, someone on foot through the swamp, it probably moves faster than somebody guiding horses through it.
Very true.
So now the question is, do we proceed with an invitation and go straight through the front door? Or do we try to sneak in when we expect they'll be at high alert? Both options are bad.
I think the attempt to outsmart them would be pretty presumptuous, but not impossible.
Fortune favors the bold, so if we're putting this to a group consensus, I say we walk up and hope they have honor.
Challenge the Sage of Blood to a duel?
I sincerely doubt that they have any form of honor that we would recognize.
I doubt that as well.
But even twisted honor still has its roots in the same field.
I don't know that you've dealt with many Meiosukai before, and that might be clouding.
I have dealt with none.
I would be lying if I said I felt prepared to face a witch in a one-on-one duel. I am not well prepared against the supernatural.
I'm not even
Unfortunately.
sure that they would agree to such a endeavor.
But if it comes
Yes.
to it, I will do what I must.
If anything, they might try to challenge Sora directly.
That's what I was thinking. Whether that is a good or a bad thing, something we should allow or not, I am unsure.
Okay. So the plan is to go straight for it.
They know we're coming. I think we're not going to be any better off trying to sneak in than just taking the invitation.
Might as well use the hospitality while they're extending it if we have already lost the element of surprise.
All right.
Yes.
This is quite frustrating.
I agree. I like this less and less.
Me
The more
too.
we know,
But
the more the
I don't want to leave
situation-
Sora out and her people out to dry either.
I hate to drag you all into this. This is
I'm willing to
it's
stand by
just
your
a
side.
bad situation.
I'm not going to let you go through this by yourself.
I was about to say Satoru would be like, let her go by herself then.
You would, yeah. She wants to be stupid, let her go kill herself.
Okay.
For real.
You guys get on your horses, or you guys lead your horses to the road. Get on it and start riding your horses to the castle. As you come upon the first area where there are servants and undead, they all stop, turn towards you, and bow as you ride past them.
That is disconcerting.
Naren clears her throat and says, since we are theoretically being extended hospitality, we should do our best to be on our best behavior.
Oh, yes, of course.
What does that mean?
Be hospitable until their hospitality has been revoked.
And if you must not be hospitable, be subtle about it. Yes?
There is, when you reach the stones of the tower, there is a place to tie horses. There is a trough of water that looks good. Doesn't look like
We're gonna
it's
come back
filled
and our
with blood.
horses are gonna have demon horns and wings. They're gonna have extra
Can I-
spider legs.
Can I, dip my finger of jade in the water?
Sure. Your finger of jade is wet. Whether it's going to slowly turn to black or not, you don't know.
You now have a wet finger. I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
My finger is wet and green.
What do you do with Satoru? Do you leave him here or you take him with you?
Oh,
Oh,
we're
he'll
not
have to
leaving
come
him
with
here.
us.
All right. You ascend.
As much as we would love to tie him up where the horses are, that no can do.
Next to the undead horses?
Yeah.
It'd be great if we
For real.
could just teleport him all the way to my Mikake.
I wish.
You
My
get to the
magic is not
top.
strong enough for it.
You ascend the stairs, the stone stairs, to the top where the doors are. They are huge wooden doors reinforced with steel, and they have like a cool pattern in it, like an giant Asian castle door would have. The doors slowly open as servants are pushing them open. Servants or undead. They're interchangeable here, it seems.
Yes.
Servants and undead.
The servants also all seem to be tainted in some way, shape, or form. As you walk in, there are men and women in white robes, about I'm going to say 6 of them on each side in white with red on their sleeves and on their, like, there's on their hems, as if that's blood that's been soaked in and will not come out. And in the middle of the room, to greet you, is a curious person. Oops, what did I do that for?
Okay, what does she look like?
I'm going to show you her character artwork. She has brown curly hair. She looks amazingly just like Moshi Sora. She looks like Moshi Sora. And she does have a red mark on the middle of her forehead.
I want to clarify that this is a joking OOC comment. But Sora, you didn't tell us you had a hotter sister, okay?
Or an equally as hot sister.
Okay, Kuronagi. Chill. Down, girl.
I do not know of another member of my family.
I think we found one.
The resemblance is uncanny.
She will come forward and make a small bow and say, "Welcome to the Tower of Blood in Shinneman Marsh. I am the Sage of Blood, and I am so very honored and thankful that Moshi Sora has finally arrived. Welcome, sister."
I thank you for your hospitality.
I believe there has been a breach of etiquette that happened earlier. Kobayashi, and the man walks forward. He says, "You attacked my sister." He's like, "I apologize. I did not know that she was your sister. I thought it was a test from you." And she says, "That is no excuse. I wish you to apologize to Moshi Sora with your head." And he says, "Yes." And he walks forward and he kneels down. She says, "Moshi Sora, if you may, you can remove this man's head."
I do not believe that will be necessary.
It is the least we can do for the injustice imposed on you and your friends traveling through my protected area.
I believe he has learned his lesson. Kobayashi, if you will not attack us again, then I believe you have paid your dues.
Here in my domain, lessons are usually learned through pain, through punishment. And I give you the ability to mete out this sort of punishment.
Naren clears her throat.
This is a gift-giving ceremony.
So she has to decline.
Yeah,
twice.
she has to decline at least 3 times.
I just want to make a suggestion. Naren clears her throat and says, perhaps there may also be something else that you are more interested in, Sora-san, than this boy's head. If you deign to think so.
Yes, in fact. It is not his head that I am interested in, but rather the heart of a Mahosukai.
That is a bold suggestion. But my followers are few, and I need every single follower that I have. You can understand. I keep all of my followers' hearts in there. And she points to a large door with chains around it, just chaining every part of it up and down. Big locks. It's quite impenetrable, except by me.
So what she's saying is that she's good at penetrating.
And that she's a heart stealer.
We must keep loyalty here. You understand. If there's anything else I can do for you, I'll be happy to try and make that happen. Kobayashi. And he gets up and he moves back to where he's supposed to stand.
Really, there is no other gift I could ask of you.
After all, the man seemed to be quite incompetent, even if he was under the misguided assumption that she was you. Failed in so many different regards. Can he even be regarded as someone who is useful in this case?
He can be taught. I am so very glad you've come, and you must be hungry. I have prepared a feast if you wish to join me. I've also prepared rooms, and I've prepared a bath. I'm sure traveling through the swamp has made you dirty and sweaty and terrible from your journey, and I hope to refresh you. Your prisoner, what would you like done with him?
Well, he does need to be kept safe and secure, where he will remain unharmed but unable to escape.
So Matt says he wants to watch over the horses while you guys deal with the people.
Okay.
He wants to stay outside.
Maybe he can watch.
You're muted,
Pony boy.
if you're trying to talk.
Maybe he can watch Kitsu Satoru too. I don't feel very comfortable leaving him without one of us supervising him.
Crystal, what did you say about the food and the...
Oh,
I'm sorry, I missed that.
what did I say?
All of the hospitality she's given you.
Basically, it would be nice to have a bath and a meal.
Okay. She has different servants. She points, and some of the servants move to escort you to rooms further up in the tower, unless you want to stay here and talk to the Sage of Blood some more.
Well, I would personally like to have a chat with her.
Of course you would.
Of course I would. Because she says she's my sister.
I mean, aren't you curious?
Exactly.
Now he's curious.
Can I roll like a sentiment check to try to ascertain like her motivations for this entire spectacle that she's putting on right now? There is specifically an opportunity that is on fire that gives you information like this that I want to try to figure out
Sure.
what
Sure.
doing.
Let's
Do you
see.
have? Do you happen to have Truth Burns Through Lies?
No, but
Kata or Shuji.
would it be sentiment? Would it be courtesy?
Sentiment, yeah. Sentiment TN, it's based on her vigilance, I think. So it's a hidden TN.
Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Not bad. Okay. So I doubt I succeed, but I do have 2 opportunity to spend on fire. All opportunity firing. Where was it? I think it was firing. Did I just roll the wrong ring? I hope I didn't. Because that would be really awkward. Because I thought it was on there.
A detail of your appearance catches the the intendant's interest. Their player must tell you which physical attributes they find most captivating. Is that the one?
Gotta make her tell me that I'm hot. Yeah, that's what I want right now.
Sexy and I know it.
Oh, negotiation use. You set someone else on the defense with fast-paced questions and demands. Choose a demand or statement another character in the scene has made. She has offered us hospitality repeatedly. I would like to find out the hidden motivations behind that sentiment that she has. My 2 opportunity. I want to know why she is offering us hospitality. What is her goal here? Her secret goals.
She's running a conversion therapy camp. She wants us to go.
Sora seems very not surprised at the revelation that this woman is claiming to be her sister, by the way, which I find very amusing. I like how no one else is also commenting on it either. We're just like slightly surprised and just like, okay.
Kuranagi's more like, I don't want to be rude here. And,
but I've had a dream about this?
Yeah, but I've wanted this moment every day for the last 30 years.
She's thinking, threesome?
You have a big bed?
that would happen. Finally happening.
Oh, really? That's very hidden. Thank you, Corey.
Youngster is just baffled and a bit confused, but he's letting things ride for right now.
I mean,
I
if
feel
you
like
wanted
that's
to know,
the outward
if you wanted to know
motivation.
if it was a trap or not, that tells you, right? Am I wrong here?
I mean, it seems to be implying that it's not a trap, but
I mean, it's not that these people aren't dangerous, and it could turn bad at any point in time. But that said, that's the information, like...
I was hoping to get something more like she wants to get her sister here and do some sort of blood mage trick on her so she can never leave. I don't know. I was expecting something devious, you know? And all I got is like family and friendship, and
They want to do some weird blood magic ritual, like, you know, getting your menstruation cycles in sync.
In sync. Oh no, they're sinking.
Don't, if Karnagi, if you do end up folding and banging this blood witch, make sure you don't like do it if she's on her period. I hear that like soul ties are, you know, no joke.
You'll be bound forever.
It's when her
She'll be
power
walking
is
you
at
around
the
on a
highest.
So you guys were talking about periods getting in sync, and I'm like, oh no, as soon as they get in sync, they start singing.
Oh, God.
They're gonna bring sexy back.
This is a nightmare. This is my nightmare.
Oh yes, this entire bloody marsh.
is a nightmare
Yes.
for some of us.
Oh,
Just look at the picture again.
Kuranagi's into a little V8
Yeah, that
splash.
All right, you want me to show it? Hit the picture again?
There you go.
That one?
There's the picture. In case anybody forgot.
Naren definitely is not looking to add this sage to her Pokemon collection because that might make things very awkward, Sora. That's the only reason.
Awkward
Not
for
not
Sora,
not that she's a
or
blood
awkward
speaker
for
or anything.
Naren?
Yes. Yeah. Also, Kuranagi might poison her in her sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
You
who
never
goes to their rooms for a bath and who sticks around? I need to know.
Did they give us all separate rooms?
Yeah, that's a big castle.
I'm sticking around with Sora.
Oh, ow. Okay. We usually share rooms, and I was just about to say that, but fine, I see how it is. You want to
Well,
go
I'm
get
saying-
freaky in the blood castle.
I'm just saying, I'm sticking around with Motion Sora because she's the one here who's probably under the most threat of danger.
Well, we could share a room for a while. Because I don't know that any of us should really be alone
Yeah,
here.
I don't know where Sora's
Seems
going.
like a
though.
mistake.
That's a good point. That's
Where
Like
is
said.
Sora?
the dudes should share a room and we should share a room and not be alone
Well,
here.
the dudes have a marked disadvantage here. There's
They don't
two of
wanna
them
kiss?
and a prisoner. Yes, and also they slid no homo before getting.
Yeah, there might be kissing in the girls' room. Depends on how the night unfolds.
It's all the homo there.
Yeah.
No
full
homo?
3
All
gay
homo.
women in a room. What's the worst that could happen?
Hey, it's Gay Pride Month. Let's go.
Let's show some pride, people.
That said, I just think Sasha's very happy that the shoe's on the other foot since the Sage of Flowers.
I am, and I feel like as much as Kuranagi should be, thirsting over the sage right now, Tarek, just to spite me, isn't gonna let it happen. But I need this in my life, Tarek. Fuck her. Fuck that lady.
Get tainted again.
Just
Do all the
keep
things.
a jade on you. You'll be good.
Oh yeah. As like a
Probably.
condom, get a jade mouth condom and then
Jade IDU.
IUD.
IUD.
Yeah, jade IUD.
You can use it as a. Okay, that's too far. I'm gonna shut my mouth now.
Were you thinking butt plug? Because I was going there in my own mind.
That's where I was going with it. Yes.
That's
Same
where it was
wavelength.
going. Bud, what's up? That's stretching my booty.
No matter how many times you extend that rod thing, you cannot smack me through the camera, Corey.
I'm sorry, it's just my fidget thing right now. I have a selfie stick because I bought myself
And he's planning on
I
using
bought
it.
myself a 360 camera, and
what's up?
I'll be using it soon for the channel. But yeah, and it comes with a selfie stick that becomes invisible when you use it with the camera.
There's one channel based out of Perth, Australia, that has been using those for quite some time. It's always impressive.
Perth?
Yeah, Perth, Australia.
Yeah, it's on the other side of Australia.
On the other side of Perth.
Other side of
It really
Australia.
is. It's like all of the good stuff is on the east coast of Australia, and then there's one thing on the west coast, and that's Perth. And then there's a whole lot of like nothing.
Desert.
Kiwis. There's
Kangaroos
kiwis on
and
the
spiders.
west-
That's all
the
that's
east coast.
left.
I mean, New Zealand is on the east coast, isn't it?
New Zealand is its own little island.
Yeah, off the eastern coast, right? Or the north.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
on the eastern
Australia.
side of
That's in
Australia.
a totally different country.
I know, but it's not like
It's nearby.
I don't understand what
super
you're.
far.
As far as a lot of maps are concerned, New Zealand doesn't exist. So
Or
let's
it
stop
exists
talking
twice.
About it. Or
You know,
it
Guyman
twice.
lives there. Is the main thing I know about New Zealand.
I love New Zealand. New Zealand is one of my favorite places.
It gets screwed on maps all the time, though.
Really
Yeah.
does.
Kind of hilarious.
Oh well, it's where hobbits live. leave them there.
Oh,
I love
right.
New Zealand. I would live in New Zealand if I could. That place rocks.
So what I'm hearing is that Sora toodles off to her room, Kuranagi follows, Naren like looks confused and then
And then
also
follows after.
And then
And then we all
we're
get in
all
the
alone
bath
in there
together.
for an unspecified, undisclosed amount of time.
We all jump in the bath together. We have a rip roaring time.
Rubber ducky. Okay. So you want to talk to her privately?
Yes.
Okay. She will say, we can go into the meditation room. And she'll go into the meditation room, and Kuranagi follows, and the sage looks at Kuranagi like Kuranagi has made some sort of faux pas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure that my friend was looked after.
Come, Kuranagi. Sora, will you meet us after you're finished?
Yes. I'll be up as soon as I'm done here.
We will be waiting for you, she says pointedly.
Thank you.
Okay. So you're in the meditation room, and she says, I'm sure you have many questions. I have some questions as well, though I have the benefit of a little more knowledge than you.
Well, if you did not have more knowledge than me, then my questions would go on unanswered, wouldn't they? First, though, you called me sister, and I get the impression that you mean that literally.
Yes. From what I understand, we are twins. When we were born, well, children of Shugenja are quite powerful, and there are groups who want to use these powers. Since your parents had two, and they were only expecting one, they thought that perhaps they could get away with selling one and keeping the other, and no one would be the wiser.
So, you were sold to, what, a couple who wanted a child but couldn't have one? Or somebody with nefarious designs?
I was sold to what I thought were my loving parents for a long time, but they were raising me in hopes that I would use my powers for an organization that wished to use whatever they could to gain power. They were known as... they called themselves the Gozoku.
I was wondering if you might say that.
So you know of them.
We recently learned of them. In fact, our prisoner may have information about them. But he is physically incapable of speaking it.
I see. Well, they wanted me to use all of my magical powers to help them. And I was finally able to break their hold over me by learning certain forbidden magics. By becoming a disciple of the Blood Speakers, I have gained myself my own power, my own responsibilities. But I am still being hunted, especially by the Gozoku. And now by all of Rokugan. And I was hoping I could get our family's attention back. And I'm glad I have, and here you are.
There are better ways to get attention than by sending an altered centipede to bite someone.
I'm sorry that I can't just reveal myself, send a regular invitation through normal channels. We do things a certain way here.
Yes. I have realized that the rules inside of Shineman Forest vary greatly from area to area and certainly don't coincide with Rokugan as a whole.
It's one of the reasons we are here. It is a way to live how we wish to in peace.
I can appreciate that.
In fact, one might say we have been doing Rokugan a great service in clearing out the Shadowlands threats here in Shineman Swamp. And if we continue to be left unmolested, we will continue to make sure that the demons, the goblins, the ogres will not leave, will not pose a threat to the rest of Rokugan from this area. This is our land now, and we intend to protect it. That said, I hope you will not tell anybody that we are here. You're my sister, after all.
I cannot make that promise just yet. I know you say we are blood, we look like blood, and yet I've heard nothing about ever having another sibling, a twin anyway, and I know there are magics for disguise. I hope you can understand that I can't 100% take you at your word just yet.
I see, I understand. I may have shape-shifted in some way, shape, or form. That's very, that is something that could definitely be true. How would you suggest that I prove myself to you? I don't know much about your life, other than you grew up as a centipede Shugenja, and you are very powerful with the power of the sun.
That is true. I am not sure what to think of the situation just yet. If you would allow me to sleep on it.
Very well. Of course, of course. The castle is yours.
Thank you for your hospitality. I intend you no harm. And I hope that we can come to a mutually agreeable situation.
I hope we can too. All right. You guys go to your rooms. There's tea. There's beds. There is a bathing area on the first floor in the stonework. Like, it's a big kind of like bath that you can like lounge in. It's pretty nice.
So what we're hearing is multiple people can go in the bath.
Yes. Multiple people can go to the bath.
I joke about it, but I do like feel like it has probably happened multiple times with Naurin and Kuranagi, just because they're very close and often share rooms. So
Yeah.
it's definitely not going to be the first time.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Or
why
less.
not take a bath together? Whatever.
Watch
Everybody
Jenna's
can
hair.
get cleaned up. You
No
can
homework
use
necessary.
the bath. There's basically one bath for everybody, but they'll clean the bath between sessions if you want to split male and female.
Naurin definitely doesn't give a flying fuck, honestly. But I'm sure Kuranagi will be like, boys out.
Yeah. Boys down. That. Gross.
Grossness.
I'm okay with a ladies' bath and a gents' bath. Whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like 5 people is probably too many to be in there all at once anyway.
I feel bad for James though, because we have shunted him into the reclusive state of solo bath time because Matt isn't here.
Yeah.
Role play and James
Does-
is just like blowing bubbles in the water with a straw.
Does
Sink
young
down.
You want to take a bath with Doji Daisuke?
If the water is clean, and he's definitely wanting to take a bath,
I feel like Doji Daisuke does some weird things in the bath because he's so like clean freaky.
Daisuke
like,
might
those
not want to take
weird-
a bath with
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want you
with
to
the
dirty the
aliens.
water, so he's like staring at you while you're in the getting ready. He's staring daggers at you, and he's like really hard pumice stoning his skin. Like,
just turning red.
yeah,
He's like, I usually have my servant here to do this for me.
much more annoying having.
Oh
to do it.
yeah, his servant is not traveling with us. He actually
He would have
has
died
a
in the first like
manservant.
20 minutes of us being in the freaking forest.
For real. Homeboy would be gone.
Yeah.
You and me.
No way he would have survived.
Okay. After your bath, I'm sure Kuranagi wanted to talk to the sage.
Kuranagi wants to 100% talk to Sora to figure out what the hell they talked
Okay,
about.
y'all can talk to Sora.
I will 100% tell you guys everything that she told me.
Do you believe it was wise to reveal our intentions with our prisoner?
Matt sent in Discord that he just can't keep going. His internet keeps crashing, so put Daisuke on autopilot.
Okay. Youngso, since you have a room kind of to yourself right now, there's a knock at your door.
Carefully answer. As in, I'm staying a little bit back and only opening the door enough to see who's on the other side.
Okay. There's a book on the ground.
Careful look around, then open door restive way and look. further around. And then pick up this strange configuration of paper.
Yes, there's a book.
Try to go back in room, close door, try to figure out how I'm supposed to start, and then try.
It's in Rokugani.
Well, no, I mean, as in unfamiliar with book, used to scrolls, so I'm going.
Front to back, back to front, side to side, in the middle, outward.
Until I figure out which way I'm actually supposed to hold it. And then try and figure out what it is.
All right, it seems to be a book on theology, mainly about Kansen, which are evil spirits. Quote unquote evil, maybe good here.
They're the household spirits here.
I mean, they never hurt you.
It's not. You can make a theology roll at TN too. Theology fire, or theology void.
I'm gonna go with Void just because that's always been Young So's strongest, even if right now all his rings are balanced.
Well, you just made it. All right. You
And
know.
thanks to knowing Kuranagi, I don't even... wait, Kuranagi, do you actually have theology?
Yeah, I have a bunch of
Of course.
Okay. I know I have every skill, so you don't have to ask me, but I keep forgetting I need to ask you.
So here's the thing.
I have most skills.
This book on Kansen is pretty unremarkable in any way, shape, or form. There's not, like, this would be a great primer on understanding how Rokugani feel about Kansen, where they come from. They come from Jigoku, they're the spirits of that. You know, it's just like regular stuff in kind of like a textbook treatise form. You know, like, what were we called? Like an apology on Kansen. You know, that sort of material, right?
I have no idea
If you ever
what
see
you
a
mean.
if you ever see a textbook called Apologies, or you know, like it's always a textbook. But yeah, otherwise it's remarkably unremarkable.
Now, I'm not going to study, but I am going to spend time just skimming through and trying to see if there's any particular bias to it, or if it's trying to, or what kind of argument it's trying to make, if any.
Kansen bad.
Okay,
from
so
hell.
it's still from the direction that I would expect, but not from what I would expect around here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, this is a kind of an older text. Traditional text.
Might even be a copy of one I read when I was younger to gain the theology skill.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that sort of thing.
Who's it written by?
Some old guy. Lived a long time ago.
Whose name happens to be very important and influential in Rokugan, but we didn't ask, so we don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for this. It's not part of the story. What else would you like to do with this book?
Search for secret messages.
Lick the cover.
Lick the cover. I veto my previous statement and vote for lick the cover.
He wishes
might
to
be made of-
consume
it might
the
be made of
knowledge.
human flesh.
I checked the covers, the leaflets, see if there's any like inserts, unfolds, anything like that might be hidden in it?
Um,
I'm going for the obvious before I start looking for coded messages or anything.
there's a stamp on the book that denotes that it belongs to the library here in the Tower of Blood.
I was gonna say the library.
Huh.
Are there other libraries that it could possibly be claimed to be belonged by? Like, if you steal the book and someone sees you with it, are they not going to be like, oh, that's not from that library because there's a bunch of other libraries around it could totally be from?
Who
like-
checked it out last?
It's like there's a whole bunch of like names that have been crossed off because people kept, this book has been around.
I know there isn't a person, so I'd like to do sentiment fire to try and figure out why somebody would leave this book for me.
I can't give you that information. That's part of the
That
puzzle.
seems like the whole puzzle.
Well, sentiment fire is theorized, so
I mean, there's nobody to sentiment to. There's nobody.
yes, but
body
I can
language.
guess that the Sage of Blood, it wouldn't have happened without her orders. So
Hmm?
That's a leap.
Yeah.
It is a leap. There's other people in this castle.
true.
Well, how does she rule? How does she do her thing?
Keeping their hearts locked away.
Right. So coercion, right?
Or protection.
Could be both.
I'm just saying.
After all, I do have a right bastard for an uncle.
I
So
have a
I
suggestion.
understand the whole... Yeah, more than
I
one
have a-
reason.
I have a suggestion for James, but it might be too late. There's a interesting fire use for like opportunity, which is that you catch the attention of a person or creature unexpectedly, and they could be sympathetic or helpful to you, and then like, who are they? What are they doing? Like that might have been a way to catch a glimpse of who was leaving the book for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, he didn't have me roll anything at that time either, so they were apparently
Hanson
banished.
Maybe somebody's trying to send you a deeper message.
You can always come and ask your friends. We are just chilling, braiding each other's hair right now in nether space.
I will slap you for intruding, but I will then help you after.
Oh, I'm not just walking in, so it's
Stop
Going
blowing up
over-
my spot.
going over to the room
Now
and
we're crashing my game.
Yeah, you can always knock.
so it's light tapping of a knock. And I'm doing it in a way that Kuranagi would immediately know it's Young So.
What? Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. I think someone's at the door.
Gauging by how low on the door the knock was, I assume it's Young So.
Especially as the knock
Yeah,
seems to
otherwise it's
mimic
someone-
horse hooves.
Otherwise, it could be that one weird undead guy that was outside without legs.
Do you think it got up the stairs somehow?
Okay.
Young So, is that you?
I thought about keeping like a skeleton in y'all's rooms, but that's your valet, your personal
A
valet.
skeleton in our closet, literally?
That's pretty funny.
That
You would have been kicked out immediately.
Yes, it is.
Come
Someone-
inside. Don't
Step
talk
in.
out through the door.
I quickly come in, and when he first comes in, his head is straight down just in case. And
In
he
case
is
someone is
just kind of
conveniently naked.
holding the book and just kind of going, someone left this outside of my room.
And then
What is it?
a really old guy anime character peeks his head in and asks to see everybody's panties.
Naren kicks the door shut.
Ah! his nose gets caught in it. It gets really big and red, and it squeezes on through, and he's never seen again. He's pretty problematic nowadays. We don't talk about these characters anymore.
Canceled. Stream canceled. Dead unicorn canceled.
Oh no,
Problematic
I'm
anime
totally
character
okay
arrives in stream.
with people asking to see panties and then getting shoved out. Like, dude, what are you doing? Goodbye.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your roleplay there, James.
Someone left this outside of my room. The stamp says it is from the library here. It appears to be a treatise on Kansen.
Hansen,
What is a Kansen?
evil spirits.
And
Could
the
you perhaps
spirits
elaborate
that
more?
grant blood speakers their powers.
I see.
Yeah, the ones that Mehosukai used to do evil magic.
And
They're usually summoned using blood.
as near as I can tell, nothing has been done to the book, or whatever this is.
Pardon.
Very strange scroll.
One moment, Youngso, before you continue. Naurin gets up and starts to root around through the room looking for any weird paper slips that have strange symbols on them, convenient lines of salt, or weird things hanging from door from
Door jams?
from what's the word? Not horizons, the thing thresholds.
Make
Thresholds.
a TN3 check to
Okay.
theology TN3, I guess. Whoa.
Would you like to say what you're
I
doing?
I was literally
Water
just
for
about
survey?
to say
Yeah.
she's going to I'm going to use my bond with Kuranagi to have her know exactly what I'm doing, which is trying to make sure that we are actually alone.
I know,
and that she
you're
does want Kuranagi's help on the spiritual side of stuff, because I know that there's magic that you can use to spy on people.
Exactly.
I
You're
know,
looking for
that's why I know it exists.
You're looking for
So I want
supernatural
your help.
bugs. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. TN3 theology, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna pass this. There's no way I can. I don't think. Did you say a ring? Do I need
Water.
to do a ring? Water.
For
Yeah, I can't
survey,
pass this.
checking, looking around.
Could I assist Kuranagi instead? I'm not trained.
I'll do it.
If you
Sure.
say what you're doing, any and all of us can help you.
I think it's gonna be pretty clear, when Naurin and Kuranagi start going up and rummaging through stuff, what we're doing, and I feel like it's on y'all to
TN3,
join
you said?
in at that point.
TN3.
Be oh, okay.
But over here.
Because I don't want to say we're looking for bugs out loud. You know what I mean?
Bernie, come here.
But I'm not
Okay.
being subtle about it.
Well, in that case, I feel like I should do a sentiment check to figure out what's going on before I can help out.
Yeah. Kuranagi,
Yeah.
don't sniffle into your microphone and make your
Right, that was far
make your
enough away
check
from
with
it.
assistance.
I leaned all the way back and away from it to try to get it away.
Do we want to let Sora roll her sentiment check first to see if she picks
Yeah.
up on what we're doing?
No,
In
I
any
mean y'all are
certain-
already started, so
I'll roll my own.
Okay. Well, maybe Sora will roll her own if she catches on to what we're doing.
I'll just
Yeah.
walk over to Moshi
Are
Sora
you
while
assisting
they're
me?
doing
Yes.
that and hand
you
the book
have
over to
theology?
her and say, I can't see anything in this that is different from other tomes on Kansen I've seen. Or scroll.
Let us look for bugs first before you keep talking about this.
That part is fine to say, I believe, but
Corey, do I have a TN or any certain ring
no. Or for looking for bugs?
for figuring out what they're doing?
Oh, for sentiment?
Yeah.
It's a TN1. I guess fire.
They're being really obvious about it.
So Kuranagi, you find a water basin and you know that can be used to look through, so you pour that out like a bowl of water for washing.
Turn that bitch upside down.
Okay, so I know what they're doing.
other than that, like, you think you covered it. There are no talismans anywhere. There's nothing like that. So you think you've gotten everything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
I will spend 2
jump
opportunity
in
to
with
notice,
that.
spot an interesting physical detail present in your environment, not directly related to your check.
Hmm.
Is there any like pictures of Sora?
Creepily scratched
Skull.
into the ceiling.
I got 4 on my theology water. I assume if there's anything that they missed, I can.
Yeah, you got it. You're
Yeah.
good. You find you find a turnover.
A turnover?
A complimentary
Delicious.
turnover. A box of candies here in the room.
I take that box of candy and I greedily, sneakily put it into my robe.
Oh
you
no!
serious right now?
Betrayal.
You're scared of the Mao Tsukai, but you're not scared of the weird snackies they leave in the room?
Look, woman has her
That they
urges.
hide in the room?
I've been a sugar addict from day 1, and I have not been having sugars since we've been in the
So is
forest.
Naren, and
She's,
you are cruel.
she's
And she
squirreling
will
away
get
the
a treat
fruit-filled
once
puff
we leave the
pastry for
room.
herself.
Betrayal.
A treat. Like I'm a dog. That's
Yeah.
all I am to you.
Well, operant conditioning works.
Woof.
I mean,
Bow wow.
Naren, we need to go into the spooky castle. No, we don't have to go in there. We need to have a plan first. Would you do it for a Naren snack?
Oh god. She might do it for some mochi.
Good thing I have mochi right here, and it's totally not poison. Now go on ahead.
Not falling for that. We've been over this.
How many times have I woken up 10 miles down the road?
This is the second kidney, guys.
If Kuranagi and Naurin were like biologically related sisters, I feel like Kuranagi would be like Wednesday Addams and perpetually trying to kill me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's exactly right. At least you know. You are aware.
All right, we have a book.
We have a book.
We have a book.
It is now
So
in my hands.
So we believe we are alone. You may
Yes.
continue.
This
Yeah,
is a
so
regular
what is
book that
special
you
about this?
probably would have studied as a kid for Moshi Sora.
So, can I take a look through it and see if there's anything that seems to have been changed from what I might recognize?
Sure, no roll. Nothing has been changed. It is, like,
Okay, it looks
perfectly-
100% like a normal
Yes.
textbook.
It is a normal textbook with a stamp on it from the library here in the tower.
This is not my area of expertise, far from it. But
Why
if
would-
I may suggest, if these are some sort of spirits that might be prevalent in this area, could one of you try to commune with them?
Why-
Maybe that's what.
That would be a very dark decision. Why would they have a library here like this? Like a formal library here in the middle of Shinman Forest?
Why wouldn't
Who would
they?
attend it? Huh?
I don't see any reason not to have a library. And since
Who would attend it? Who would bring the books here? They're here for like nefarious dealings with a bunch of dead men gardening their front yard and trees filled with oni and goblins and trolls. Like,
maybe we
What?
should just visit the library.
well, yeah, that's my point. There has to be something going on at the library if it's tended by somebody who is keeping records of books that are even antithetical to what they believe here. Right? It seems like a strange detail that they would have this kind of resource here for no reason. One would think it'd be a library filled with like blood witch magic documents and like histories of Ichiban and how to train your goblin servants or something.
If what Sora has said about her interaction with her sister is true, then they seem to think that they are better than or above the same kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to say that they're like better than this average Mayosuke because they have like semi-noble intentions and whatnot. That's the message I'm trying to convey here. But I'm forgetting my words. My words are not working for me right now.
That's Tarek. That is the newest anime isekai. Now
Isekai.
I got reincarnated as a goblin servant.
Yeah. I got reincarnated as a goblin servant and picked up my harem of 43
Cat girls.
cat girls. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this blood sorcerer's tower.
I'm ugly, but these cat girls love me. That's chapter 1. I'm drowning in cat girls. Help. I can't breathe. Chapter 3.
I am now one of them. Chapter 4.
Send help. Chapter 5.
Help, I'm the focus of a harem, but I'm ace.
That's just your isekai story.
That's actually pretty funny.
All these girls on my D, but I don't know. Stop. I can't talk to women.
Well, I think in the morning we should probably just check out the library and see if there's anything of
Why wait
interest.
for the morning?
Presumably we will be invited tonight to some sort of dinner.
Yes.
So as long as we go before then, we could perhaps check out the library immediately.
Or
Oh, right,
perhaps
it's
the
still
one
not
who got
super
the
late,
book.
huh?
Or
I
maybe the
mean-
one who got the book should go and look up
I
into
mean,
the
it's
library.
1600. Let's say it's 1700 hours.
In normal people words, please.
That's 5 p.m.
That would be 5 p.m.
5 o'clock.
It's been an hour since we got here. So,
I mean, this game is taking 2 hours. Let's say it's 6 o'clock. That makes more sense.
perhaps after dinner we can visit the library.
All
Are we
right.
gonna have dinner here? Do you think it'll be brought to our rooms?
She said there was going to be a banquet.
Oh,
I
really?
assume she wants more opportunities to get to know her sister.
Or
It
maybe
will
all
likely
of us.
be some sort of
I mean,
larger engagement.
you know, because we're all friends with Sora.
Right.
All right. We're going to call the game right here. This is the end. Lots of
Seems like a good
revelations.
time.
Lots of interesting mysteries to be solved.
A lot of sexual frustration.
In Kurenai.
For Kuronagi.
Everybody can grab 2 experience points. Honor, and I'm going to give everybody 3 points of honor for not going in guns blazing, like being courteous, having courtesy throughout this entire
Holy
endeavor.
crap! I am up to 50 honor. I need to start expending some of that.
Woohoo!
I need to lower that number. That
Spending
is
it.
too damn high.
Yeah, I'm now back up to 61.
I was at 30 for a while here.
I am
Slowly
so
made my way
sad
back
because
up.
I lost
I
a
put-
bunch of honor recently. I'm only at 88 now.
71,
I
okay.
cry.
Oh,
I
and
was at, like,
Moshusora, give yourself 3
180.
more honor for not taking the head of the person.
That's fair.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that seemed like an overreaction.
I
May have, yeah.
no.
Oh,
I was gonna say, I still think you should have leveraged that.
And demanded, like, if you want to get to know me, you're gonna give me the heart of this.
Not-
you
not
know,
just,
this boy.
Like, not just the heart. You could have probably made it like.
His life has been given to you. Okay, he's now my manservant.
Yeah. You could have played it up, but it might not. It's not in character for Sora, really.
Yeah, it definitely isn't in character for Sora.
No,
to be
but
vengeful,
if
but-
it started feeling like it was okay, hurt him or you guys all suffer the consequences, I was gonna be like, okay, I'll take a hand.
All right. Thank you everybody for watching. Patreon.com/DaddyUnicorn. Like, follow, all of those good things. We'll be back next Sunday, hopefully. I don't know. I mean, it's the 23rd next week. Yeah.
Yep, that's 7 days from now. The 23rd.
Yeah. Sasha, we doing anything? Are we doing it on Monday?
Monday night. 24th.
All right,
Monday
excellent.
the 24th.
Okay, then it's not. We're all good then. We will see you next week Sunday. From Tarek, Crystal, Sasha, James. My name is Corey. Go roll some dice.